The memorial site in Meduna Street marks the land where the blood of Langa's people were spilled. It happened on the same day as the Langa Massacre, 25 years earlier in 1960. And it is on this day, 21 March, that South Africa celebrates its fallen heroes in the fight for freedom, Human Rights Day. It is these rights that the survivors of that day in Langa and the families of the deceased say is being infringed. Many lost husbands and fathers and struggle until today to make ends meet. They want to see development in their area, hoping it will create jobs for their children.
This time around, I want to see things happening as they promised, because it's a new government, it's a new people in those offices. Maybe change will be there. So we're still looking forward.
We are unemployed. We don't need cash in hand, but what is vital is that we want our children to be employed. Each year, close to the 21st of March, government officials always call a meeting with no positive and concrete resolutions.
Solomon.
I lost my husband, Solomon. My children have never recovered since the 21st of March in 1985. One of my children was heavily affected by the death of my husband. He's an alcoholic now. They promised us medical aids, but we are still waiting until today.
Most of the deceased are buried here at the Kwanobuhle Cemetery. They are still remembered, and those left behind are still hoping for the promised better life.
And there's a need for a continuous assessment in that what transpired 2 years ago may not necessarily be the same this year. So a continuous assessment is being done with the help of the foundation by social development. And what we have agreed upon is, upon completion of that assessment, we will then as government decide who is going to get food parcels and on which frequency, looking into the availability of resources.
Beneficiaries are benefiting. In fact, the victims are benefiting on the current programs, of housing development. The second issue is that you take the issue of social development, because we brought in social development because there was an issue. One of the things that we wanted is to use the existing government services. And happily, when we got the report, both from the foundation and also social development, that each and every family, they have the file. There is an assessment file. They are being supported.
We have also went to files to talk on the issue of the precinct, which is core for the foundation, because we've been talking about, look, the precinct is not only going to provide work to the families only, but we'll also talk to the question of the highly unemployment in the Uitenhage space, which will give also those young ones a chance to get employment.
A ceremony to mark Human Rights Day here in Langa was cancelled due to the regulations in place dealing with the spread of the coronavirus. A small wreath laying will, however, take place to acknowledge the sacrifice of the fallen residents of Langa. Zolani Moya, SABC News, Uitenhage in the Eastern Cape.